We're live. You're good to go.
Hey, brothers, you're listening to Home Bar Happy Hour. We're talking about the Oscars. We're talking about The Simple Man, and we're talking about spring, bro. I mean, we got a little bit of winter coming, but it's coming down, bro. Let's roll, America.
Whoa, howdy. Did that intro come in louder than I thought? Did I bust your eardrums out, Mike? I think I busted mine out.
I don't have any hearing, man.
Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully it sounded good on your end and everyone else's end. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the Home Bar Happy Hour. We bring happy hour to you. It is a glorious springtime, spring break, y'all. How are you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to get out of the house. I feel great, man. Dude, I get it with the seasonal depression stuff, man. It is real,
Yeah.
and I'm just glad that I'm out of that funk. And that's
Yeah.
what I was like telling like earlier a couple when during our recorded episodes. It's like, hey, there's no shame in like talking to somebody. So,
Talk
just
it out.
yeah, talk it out, man. So even the birds really couldn't get me out of the funk. Plus, I got the sickness, the plague, get infected with the plague.
Yeah, you gotta watch them plagues. They're coming around this time of year. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's been getting kind of sick.
Yep.
So
So
what's going on with you, Mike? What do you want to jump into first?
let's get into the Oscars to kick it off, man.
All right, cool. So yeah, the Oscars are this Sunday. I think we both wrote down a few of our just kind of favorite movies. I don't know what you I tried to choose movies that weren't nominated for Oscars. Just some of my kind of best flicks of the year. I don't know about you. Um, let's start off with the best action movie. Mike, what do you think was the best action movie of this year?
It had to be Deadpool versus Wolverine or
Oh,
Deadpool
really?
Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah, for me that's what it had to be. Uh I didn't see what was it Den of Thieves too. I hear that it wasn't as good as the first one, so I
Den
can't
of
really say
Thieves
that.
2 was okay. I liked the first one. I liked Den of Thieves. The first one was a little bit better. Um I
Deadpool Wolverine was definitely an action movie.
I yeah, oh yeah, it was an action movie. It was a good flick. I liked it a lot. I think it
Yeah.
was kind of, uh the MCU coming back in a way. I really liked how they brought everything together,
Yeah.
brought in all the old Fox stuff. I have that. It's actually going to show up somewhere else. I wrote down two for everything just in case we had any overlaps. But my two were The Beekeeper. Do you see that?
Yeah, I liked it as like a generic type of well one I think Jason Statham's pretty fucking awesome, but uh like it was kind of just like a standard not shocking type of movie. Like I
Oh,
kind of
really?
yeah, and like they have it Beekeeper is listed as like one of the most horrible movies of 2024.
Really? I
Yeah.
can't believe that, man. I thought that movie rocked. That movie was
That's what I said. I
insane.
was like, whoa, 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 whoa. That movie wasn't that bad. I
Yeah,
was like,
Statham was
I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, Statham was kicking ass and taking names, man. All those other beekeepers coming out. Remember that scene at the gas station? That like crazy
Oh
chick comes
yeah,
out. He just like blows her away.
I
Uh,
thought, Homefront. Did you see the movie with him in Homefront? Now this is a little off topic because it's not 2024. This is
sure.
like a 2022, 20 somewhere. Oh no, this is actually later than that. This is like in the 2010s. I forget.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Homefront is
I felt like that was a really good storyline, but it didn't do and the ending didn't do it justice.
yeah. I like that one a lot. I thought that was really good. But it's always Statham, right? Statham's always cool. He's always doing cool stuff. So the
Yeah.
other one I put down was Twisters. I like Twisters a lot. I thought that was a pretty good action
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, there's the thing is that with Twisters, I only saw it once when it was in theaters, and even
Okay.
though it's out for streaming on Peacock, like I haven't even watched it again yet. It was like kind of like one of those movies where it was like one and done. Like no, I mean if it's on TV or whatever, like I'll watch it. What I mean, like on cable,
Yeah, I
like
think
I'll watch
that's fair.
whatever.
I actually saw it twice in theaters, both times in 4DX where the chairs move and they shoot water at you and everything.
Oh
And
yeah, that's what you were telling. Yeah, you were saying that.
yeah, so that movie ruled in 4DX, and then I think I did see it at home once. I just watched too many movies. But let's jump in.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah, I know. Let's jump into the next one, the best comedy movie. What'd you have for the best comedy?
Oh, dude.
Comedies are weird, aren't they?
Yeah,
They don't make them anymore.
don't ask me about comedy because nothing has been the same since like the 2000s Will Ferrell movies of, those movies and Hangover and Superbad.
Yeah.
Like nothing has been really, it hasn't really jumped out to me.
Yeah,
So
they are sure not making them like they used to. I actually for this category I put in Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought Deadpool and Wolverine was like the
I was about to
funniest
say that.
movie
Yeah, I was
I
about to
saw
say that
this
was
year.
I
Yeah.
was about to say that. I was like, it's a crossover between action and comedy. Action comedy.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good jokes in there. I'm not concerned about spoiling, a 6-month-old movie at this point, but Chris Evans showing up as the Flash from those terrible Fantastic Four movies, that was awesome.
No,
Uh
no, Flame or
oh
what
yeah, I
was
said Flash. Flash is
yeah,
DC.
yeah.
Johnny Storm, that's his
Johnny
name, right?
Storm, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was
I love the cameos, dude. The one cameo that blew me away was Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade.
dude, hell yeah. Wesley Snipes in
Dude,
that
that
flick is
was
so funny.
awesome. Because
Yeah.
like I was a big Blade fan back in the 2000s when when I was younger. So
Oh yeah, those movies rule. Those movies are awesome.
I
It's
think
so
my
cool to see him come back.
I think my favorite one had to be, well, the second one I did like the Blade 2. I like Blade 2 the one of the best.
Okay.
That was like Wesley Snipes like prime time kicking ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The third one I liked a little bit better because not only was it Wesley Snipes kicking ass and it was newer, but you also had Jessica Biel, who I think
Hmm.
is she's a doll
Yeah.
and a great actress.
Hmm.
And you had Ryan Reynolds, who, you know what I mean? So that's the carryover. Is like, I thought you were retired. And I was cracking up. And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't like you. You never did.
Yeah.
Because that was a reference from him in Blade, or
In
in
Blade.
Blade 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently those two did not get along in the filming of Blade 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Apparently they buried the hatchet. The other one I had down was Hitman. Did you see Hitman? Richard
N-
Linklater.
No.
Oh, Hitman is really good. It's on Netflix. It's got our boy Glenn Powell from Twisters and Top Gun Maverick. He plays this he's like a data analyst for the FBI and he's not supposed to, he's just like a computer dude, but he ends up having to like start posing as a hitman. So he's wearing like all these goofy costumes and stuff. It's pretty good. It's a funny flick. Um Netflix is, doing all these original movies. I would have loved that. That movie should have been in theaters. It was so good. But
I know this is off topic, but
yeah, yeah, bring it.
and I know we're talking about comedy and it's the Oscars, but
Yeah, yeah,
reverse back to action.
yeah, yeah.
There is a Tom Hardy and Forrest Whitaker movie coming out on Netflix called Havoc, and
Yeah.
it looks awesome. I think
Yeah.
April 25th,
Okay.
something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I love Tom Hardy. Anything with Tom Hardy, I'm all about. I think like the only movie that I didn't like with Tom Hardy was when he did a double of himself. Do you
Which
remember
movie
that?
is that?
I
Where he did a
forget.
double of himself.
Yeah, he did it. He was playing himself two characters in the same movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was
I,
crazy.
yeah, I don't remember that movie, but
Also, I was excited when when it was like Tom Hardy plays Capone. I thought that was going to be good, and
yeah,
it was just basically like Capone's like last days
yeah,
alive.
yeah. It
He
was
was like
the wrong
yeah,
the
it was
wrong
like
time of Kimon you want to watch.
yeah, it was like shitting his pants and everything, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. This is not what we came for.
Yeah,
I jumped to the next one. What was the best horror movie of the year?
I'm saying Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. That's a good
Yep.
pick. That's a good pick. Nosferatu might show up later
Not
in my list. I didn't put it
yeah,
on here twice.
Nosferatu, and then of course, I mean, I'm not in favor of it. My second choice probably The Terrifier. The
Oh,
Terrifier
really?
movie came in. Dude, it's I never watched it. It's just that I know it was just all like it was just blown up in theaters. Like it was getting so much reviews and stuff. Like people were watching it, and I'm like, ugh, you
For
you
for its budget.
sickos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely for the creeps and the sickos out there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna mention one that I feel like you forgot, Mike. Alien Romulus. That's the one at the top of
Oh
my list. Yeah.
yeah, yes. That movie, like I bought it and I've watched it numerous times.
Yeah.
I thought it was like I thought it had a um great plot, great CGI, great acting, and also it had a great throwback to the original Alien.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I,
all the references from like the motherboard to like CGI and what's his name who played the
Ian Holm is the
yeah,
dude.
who passed away.
Yeah, I did not like that. I did not like the Ian Holm thing. I thought that
Really?
CGI did not. I thought the CGI didn't look very good. Yeah, there were a few things about it that I didn't enjoy, but that was like the only thing I didn't like. I think like if we're being truthful, like pound for pound, movie for movie, like uh the Alien franchise might be like my favorite flicks. Like I absolutely love those movies. And Alien Romulus is like, I mean, maybe top five, top six of like my favorite of those movies
Now,
now.
are
Maybe even higher. Maybe it's like top
you're
four.
incorporating Prometheus in that too, right?
Oh yeah, Prometheus, Alien Covenant. I'm not. I guess I'm. I mean, even if I was like the Alien versus Predator movies, like I
Ugh.
didn't really like
No,
those. I thought those
we don't speak of them. We don't
these are
speak of
pretty bad.
them.
But I mean, like the first Alien's my favorite,
Yeah,
and then
if you're just straight up talking about the Alien franchise,
yeah, yeah,
uh, I how would you rate them? I would rate Aliens as number
okay,
one,
okay,
then Alien,
okay.
then I would go with. Oof, I would have to go with Prometheus
Okay, I like
or
Prometheus a
Alien.
lot.
Or, it's only because of the acting and and it's an origin story.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what it is. I love origin movies, especially when they do them like when those movies are from like the 80s and they're
Mhm.
now doing excuse me, origin movies this late, like what, like 50 years later?
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely going
You
back in
know?
time to pull some of
Dude,
those.
fifth what 80s, 90s.
Well, the first Alien was like
Yeah, we're like
77,
yeah,
78.
dude, we're
Yeah.
like 40, 50 years later, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what am I talking about? I'm 41 tomorrow. Yes,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, my birthday is tomorrow. Here,
Mike's
yep.
birthday weekend. That's part of
That's
this.
why.
That's part of the
That's
stream
why.
title. Yeah.
That's why we're drinking some Miller Lights.
Cheers, brother. Happy
Yep.
birthday.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So let's go on with the continue with this Oscar stuff.
Sure. Best actor. Do you have like someone you think was a best actor this year?
You go on with yours. I was
So
thinking about.
I got two written down. And one of them just kind of a joke. But the first one I have Aaron Pierre from Rebel Ridge. Did you get a chance to see Rebel Ridge on Netflix?
Oh, Rebel Ridge.
Yeah, man. Rebel Ridge absolutely slaps. That movie rules.
I'll have to watch. I don't think I did.
Okay, so let me give you like the straight up summary. So Aaron Pierre, like he's a former Marine. He goes back to this like hometown. He's a black guy. He's riding his bike and
Oh,
he's got like
yeah, yeah,
$30,000 in his pocket. The cops pull him, they take it, and
yeah.
then he just goes ham on those cops, just like absolutely destroys them. Yeah, I think like the way he played that movie was so cool. Like he was just in it the whole time. I really loved that. So he's my pick. My other pick was Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice, just because, man, it is fun to see. I don't think that movie was very good. It was like 7 movies kind of
I
rolled into
know.
one. But it's really fun seeing Michael Keaton play Beetlejuice. Like he's such a funny character in there.
You could definitely tell he did it. He did do Beetlejuice like to a T,
Oh yeah. He
but
like right back in it. It's 30
he
some years later, and he just
he
fell right
lacked
back
he
into it.
just lacked that you could tell like his age, like the difference in his age because he was younger back when they did it,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah.
now they're doing it now. So it's like he was more he had more vigor. you could tell like he was younger. He had more testosterone in him because you
Yeah,
know what
he
I mean.
had
Because that's what he was. He was like picking up her dress. Oh yeah,
yeah.
what? You
I like
know?
that more vigor. That sounds
Yes,
ominous. That sounds
yes.
good. Yeah, I like him. Do you have one? Have you been able to think of one?
Uh, it would have to be was it Bill Skarsgård?
In Nosferatu?
Yeah, dude. That
Yeah,
was
dude.
I mean, like, dude, I mean, like, that was probably when I go for like best actor or best actress, I go for kind of like a big time theatric movie that's in theaters.
Sure.
That's like
Fair enough.
that put a lot of effort, a lot of, and Skarsgård is just he's just so good. Oh, you know what else I watched? Which I he did put a valiant effort in? The Crow remake.
Yeah, The Crow's rough. That's a
Horrible.
bad one.
That was a
That's a bad one.
horrible. Yeah, I
The
was like, oh,
The Crow like sucks for 85 minutes of that movie, and then the last 5 minutes like that, like absolutely gnarly, brutal scene at the end where he's like running into that. I don't. It's not like a church, but whatever that building is, and he's like going up the stairs, just like taking everyone out. Like that was a really cool action sequence. That was like one of the
yeah,
cooler action sequences. But everything else in that movie is just ugh.
yeah,
I
it was
did
pretty
not
bad.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me. It kind of had like that. The what's his name who played the remake of Judge Dredd? It had that kind of dread that
Oh.
vibe.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just a remake that's bad, right? Like
Yeah,
the original Crow is like hard to beat. That movie like absolutely rules. Um,
I've never
but
seen them, so
oh, you never saw the original
yeah,
Crow?
it
You
never
know that
got. I never really got into it. It was like, eh.
like the story, right? Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, was like his supposed to be his big like coming out movie, and he died on set.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't know anything about
Oh
that.
yeah, Bruce Lee's son was like starring in the original Crow, and he had done like some movies before. This was going to be like his big like breakout movie, and some of the prop guy. I mean, they pulled up Alec Baldwin, like they had a live bullet inside a gun. It was supposed to be a prop. Yeah, shot him, and he died.
Oh, oh, so it was the same thing that happened to him is what happened. That's what
On
happened in the Alec Baldwin scenario.
Yep,
Is what
same
happened to
same
him.
thing. It was like a bad prop guy. I don't know all of the ins and outs of what ever investigation went on, but yeah, like it was supposed to be shot with a prop gun, and it was a real gun with a real bullet in it, and pulled the trigger and wild man.
What about what do we have? What about like what other categories are there? Are there?
I
I
got
mean,
two. I got two more categories: best actress and best movie.
best actress. It would have to be well, what's her name who played in Deadpool as the antagonist, and she played in Nosferatu.
Those are different
No, no, no,
girls.
no, 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 no. The main girl in Nosferatu is different, but
Yeah.
the girl, the woman who played the actress who played as the antagonist in Deadpool Wolverine was also
Oh
a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Emma Corrin.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
she is a terrific actress.
yeah. She's incredibly good.
Yeah, like that was I didn't even know who the hell she was until like Deadpool Wolverine, and like I felt like like that was she did incredible acting. I thought that was incredible acting, and I don't know. It was kind of like my best. That was like the best. Yeah, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Nosferatu were kind of like my favorite movies of the
Yeah,
year.
I feel like you only watched 2 movies this year, Mike.
I know, and I'm at the movies all the time.
Yeah. I have been watching Nosferatu as well. I got I pre-ordered the like 4K Blu-ray, so it showed up at my house the day before I
Nice.
left for vacation. So I watched it then. I watched it once when I got back. I've been watching that in Anora a lot. I don't know if you've seen Anora, but Anora's also an incredible flick. I had in here these are 2 movies you might not have seen, but Hunter Schafer and Cuckoo. Did you see Cuckoo?
Do I look like the person that would watch Cuckoo?
Dude, Cuckoo
I'm
is
already cuckoo.
Yeah, Cuckoo is dope. It's a horror flick, and it's like very like Shining-esque. It's about this family that moves to this secluded hotel to like take over. But Hunter Schafer is like the main character. She's the daughter, and she starts to uncover this like weird uh cult that's going on up there where they're turning people into birds and stuff. It's wild, man. It's really good. I think it's on Hulu right now. Check out Cuckoo. The other one I would recommend, or that I think was the best actress, was uh, woman you've heard of, but I don't know if you've seen the movie, was Pamela Anderson in The Last Showgirl.
Oh no.
Ringing any bells?
No, no, that's not
Okay.
something. What about the movie about Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee? Was
I
that
didn't
this
see
year?
that. That was a
That was a
show.
Hulu. Wasn't that a Hulu? Oh, okay, yeah. So that
Yeah,
would be what
I
the, the Emmys.
yeah, the Emmys do shows. I think that was last year, but that was her and
Yeah,
Bucky Barnes, whatever his name is.
yeah.
Sebastian Stan. I shouldn't say whatever his name is. Guy's great. Um, all right, last one we got. Best movie of the year. What'd you have put down?
What do you think?
Nosferatu?
No,
Oh.
Deadpool Wolverine, man.
Deadpool Wolverine, you have the best movie. Okay,
Oh,
wow.
actually, here's a throwback. Before we get into best movies,
Sure.
Hugh Grant in what was that?
Heretic?
Yes, I thought him in Heretic that was good.
Oh yeah, he killed it. That was
Yeah.
insanely good. That was so cool. He did a great job. Sophie Thatcher was like the main girl in that. She also did an incredible
What
job.
about was that new Planet of the Apes
Kingdom of the
Kingdom?
Planet of the Apes came out in like April. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was a good movie too. I thought
it was pretty good.
yeah, well, I mean, it was basically almost all CGI. So
So there's a really weird thing. We're talking about the Oscars a little bit. There's like the award for best visual like design or whatever, right? Basically the CGI award. There's 5 movies. 3 of the movies, one of them is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Another one is Wicked, that all the CGI is basically just like CGI monkeys, like the
yeah.
flying monkeys. And then there's a movie called Better Man, which is a Robbie Williams biopic, but Robbie Williams is played by a monkey. So it's like
Oh yeah, yeah,
3.
yeah, yeah.
That movie is, I mean, some people love it. I didn't finish the whole thing. It wasn't mine, but wasn't for me. But it's just weird that like 3 of these movies are nominated because they did such a good job of creating CGI monkeys. It's like, come on. Other cool
Yeah.
things happened in flicks this year,
Yeah.
not just monkey business.
Yeah, what do you think? Like Deadpool Wolverine wasn't CGI'd?
There was a lot of CGI in that. The
Yeah.
fingers through the head, that was pretty
Yeah, what
gnarly.
the yeah, that was gnarly.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I don't
Oh,
want to get
you
my
didn't like
brain
it?
fingered. I just
Yeah.
don't want to get my brain
Oh,
fingered.
what did he say? Welcome to the mind fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not about that.
I'm like, oh, welcome to the mind fuck. We got this, boo.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's gross and not of this planet. I put down the 2 movies. The one I had was Nosferatu. That movie absolutely rules.
Yeah.
The other movie I had was Love Lies Bleeding. I don't know if you saw that one.
No.
Very good. Like a 1989 period piece about these 2 people that live in rural New Mexico. And it's about abusive relationship. It's a great flick. A24 movie. Those are my 2
I did
for the best
watch
movie.
I because I what was it? I do have Apple TV because that's included with my iPhone.
Yeah.
So I logged in and The Gorge was on, but so The Gorge was this year. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, if you haven't seen The Gorge, it's a good flick. It's a
Is
good
it good?
action. Yes, it's a good action romance flick.
Okay.
Like it's got action.
Miles Teller,
romance.
right? Big Eagles fan.
And Anna Taylor, or I know she has like 3 names.
Anya Taylor-Joy. Yep.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like it's got a good mysterious plot. It's got action. It's got romance, and it's got adventure.
It's also got Sigourney Weaver, I see.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sigourney Weaver is what do you call that? Sub actor or sub actress.
Supporting.
Yeah, supporting actress.
Cool.
She's only in there. She's in like in the beginning and the end, and a little bit in the middle.
I'll check it out.
But it's pretty good. I mean, it leaves you questioning, mysterious.
Those are the movies I like. I like the movies that make you question, make you think.
I also love like when you watch that movie. That I love that like going like it's today, and you're going back, and it's like stuff that had to do with like back in like World War II.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin anything.
Okay. Yeah. It's a good flick, and that is our recommendation for what to watch next is The Gorge. But Mike, I see you're getting ready for another big trip. You want to tell me about that? Where you going? What you up to?
I got a lot of big trips on my mind, brother. Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
plan on going to I plan on doing another big road trip. This time so a couple was it about like 4 years ago when I was in culinary school, during the summer, I decided to just pack up my bags, throw my golf clubs, throw in a couple coolers, and then do like this kind of like break out of my shell, do it on my own road trip. And my goal was to go around to all these barbecue, like these famous smokehouses, like smoke restaurants and steak
Hmm.
restaurants, and try foods, and even go in like the you go down to Philly, you got the Broad Street Market. Is that correct?
Um, it's not called Broad Street Market, but it's something like that. I know what you're talking about. The
Yeah, the Reading, the Reading, the
Reading
Re-
Terminal.
the
Yep.
Reading Terminal.
Yeah, I don't know why
It's the
that.
Broad Street Market up here in Harrisburg.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Excuse me, these beers are going down real good, Clark. Uh, so yeah, so my goal was to go around and do all this foodie stuff. So I went like out to, I visited Dan Hooven, visited
Hmm.
him. He was all like about this because him and his wife are big foodies, so he was all excited about this. Went there. We went down to the Strip District in Pittsburgh. Like I love that place, and then went out to. I had to stop out in Cleveland because I that's my favorite place. They got this Euro place, this Greek bar. They got the best euros I've ever had in my
Yeah.
life. And they are massive too, man. I don't eat all day. I just get out there. I'm like, let's go. I want I want a euro.
Start
And
pounding some euros.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's just €1, man. Will fill an army, dude. It's enormous. It's huge. It's awesome. Then I go there, and then I went to Indianapolis. I was at Harry and Izzy's, I was at Ruth Chris's, and I was at St. Elmo's. And
Okay.
but
Like the
yeah,
fire.
yeah. Then I went to Kansas City. Well, I went to St. Louis. Then I went to Kansas City. Was going to stop at Memphis, but it was a little bit too shady for me where I was
Memphis
at.
was.
Yeah, for me,
Didn't
it's
want
just
to
me.
didn't want to see
Just
the king. Didn't want to
it's
go to
just
Graceland.
I wanted to. That was my goal, but I was like, ugh. I don't know, man. It was probably me. Maybe it was me. It was just like, yeah, I'm gonna pass through Memphis here. Maybe I'll come back when I have like somebody with me.
Yeah.
And then I just went right to Nashville, and I love Nashville.
Nashville's a blast, man.
So this time I'm gonna rent a camper, and I'm not staying in hotels anymore because that shit is expensive. So
Definitely gets
I'm
pricey.
yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a camper, and I'm just going hauling ass straight out to Indianapolis. I'm not
Okay.
stopping anywhere. I'm going right to Indianapolis, and I'm staying there. Well, I'm going to be staying somewhere around the Indianapolis 500 because I'd like to
Oh,
go
okay.
back in there and check that out. I didn't
You're gonna
really
go
get a
to
chance.
you're
Yeah, I
gonna
want
go
to
to
go.
the race, or are you gonna go like just to the
No,
track?
no, yeah, no, just to the track. Well, the visitor center. I just want to be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
Okay.
um, and then after that, that's my pit stop. And then the next day, then I'm going to take it all the way out to Great Falls. my
Okay.
my goal is to get out to the camping site and around Mount Rushmore. And
Oh man.
I
So
want to camp
you're
over. Yeah, that's why I want to camp out there for a couple days. Just you know what I mean, recoup and everything. I want to do camping,
yeah.
and then I want to get out to Yellowstone, Montana, like hang out around there. I want to sightsee. I want to be out there camping. I want to see like just the gorgeous scenery.
Yeah, you're trying to
Like
be in the middle of nowhere, dude.
bro, dude, and
Montana, there ain't nothing
in
out there.
order to get peace of mind, I found that when I go out hunting and I'm out in nature and I'm by myself and it's peace and quiet, that's where I find my zen.
Man, you're
Until I murder a deer.
Mike,
But I'm not murdering anything this time.
you're like 2 steps away from telling me about the life-changing effects of ayahuasca or like how much you love microdosing shrooms. Like, are you just gonna go out there and be high the whole time?
No, I plan on drinking whiskey and beer.
All right. I mean that's a different high. But
Well,
yeah,
you're gonna see me. I'm gonna be out there in the river like a Kodiak.
isn't it weird? Like I feel like mushrooms now, like shrooms and stuff. Like people do it a lot. Like people just like microdose shrooms, like it's a
The
normal thing.
microdose, yeah, the
Yeah.
microdose.
But like, I mean, at like even 10 years ago, it was like no one did shrooms. You know what I mean? Like the people that did shrooms were like absolute losers that just like wanted to like walk around and, maybe not absolute losers. Maybe that's a little mean, but I didn't know people that
Where's
did
this topic
shrooms.
come from?
I don't know. You brought up going out into nature, and that just
Well, I
reminded me
mean,
like
that
I'm gonna
doesn't
go
mean I'm
to
going out there
Joshua
to,
Tree and do
yeah.
ayahuasca.
That doesn't mean I'm going out there and like, hey man, yo man, these fucking stars are nice, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
dude, if
Start
that's your thing, all good. I
yeah,
don't
start
care.
talking to the
I'm
rocks.
yeah, I don't give a shit what people do, just as long as it doesn't kill them or kill anybody else or harm anybody else.
That's
Yo,
true.
man,
Don't
do
kill
whatever you want.
people.
Well, cocaine and heroin will kill you.
Sure will.
Yeah,
Really grabs you by the horns.
yeah, it really grabs you by the
Yeah.
tusks.
Yeah.
But
that
yeah,
one
so
that one don't let go.
But yeah, so while I'm out there, that's my goal is to get out to Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, all that. I want to see that scenery. I just love road trips. I love like how how you get that gist where like people with bikes like they just
Like
get out there.
motorcycles?
Yeah, yeah, like Harleys and street bikes stuff.
Yeah.
More or less the the hogs.
The
More or less the
hogs. Okay.
hogs.
Yeah. Wild
That's
hogs.
yeah.
That's what you
So
should do, Mike. You
yeah.
should join a wild hogs type
I am not getting a bike. I'll get killed.
Yeah, me too. That's I
So
don't
I mean,
mess with that.
just being out on the road, just setting the cruise control. Hey, I just like driving, man. Listen to music. I mean, just seeing the scenery and stuff like that. If
Yeah.
only I was a passenger, that would be a little bit cooler because I can be like, oh, I can be like, oh, I know our standards here, but I always like thinking, oh, oh.
Oh, that would be great, man. If you could just hire someone to drive you around. My
What?
wife, her grandparents had a driver. They lived in New York City and they were like incredibly wealthy and like they didn't drive. And I mean, this was like the 40s and 50s. But they were like the first people to like own a car and then they were like, "Well, we're not going to drive. We have a driver." I was like talking to her uncle at this wedding. He's like, "Oh yeah, whatever the dude's name was our driver for 30 years, drove us around." I'm like, that is the wildest thing. Like I've maybe not the wildest, but that's a pretty wild like that's a flex right there. If like you have a driver, like you have a dude employed in your service that just drives you around, that's a pretty big get right there.
Yeah,
Ah,
I'd rather use that money and put it towards like a little bit of a Viking boat, like a Viking yacht.
a
If I
Viking
got
yacht.
if I got the money for somebody to pay somebody to drive me around, I'm like, "Pfft, fuck that.
What's a
I'm casual, just being a person that gets an Uber.
what is a
Like
Viking yacht, Mike? You can't
oh
like just say
oh.
this proper noun that I've
So
never
the
heard of. And
Viking boats, Viking Corporate is a
oh, it's a
so
company. Viking's a
yes, it's a
company.
company. They
Okay.
manufacture fishing boats and they
Ooh.
have they're pretty much like yachts, but they're like small yachts, very small yachts. Like
Okay.
when
I
you
mean,
think
but
of
a
a
small
yacht,
yacht's still a yacht.
when you think of a yacht, you're thinking about like they got a whole crew on there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
No, this is like a small yacht where they have it's actually really nice. They got a downstairs bedrooms and like they're really beautiful. If you that's like one of my goals on my bucket list is to go I want to get a boat like a Viking boat. Like when I get yes, there you go.
That's a pretty
That's
nice boat right there, Mike.
yeah, that's also like a $2 million boat.
I bet it looks
Yeah.
very nice. That's
And
out of my price range.
that's my goal is to I want to start a business where it's like myself and another captain like I would do a restaurant like a small little restaurant type of thing with the dock. I take fishing charters. You take the crew out, they go out fishing and stuff like that. You got somebody out there. They you have your you feed them. They get their lunch and all that stuff. Like they get good, and then they come back, and then all their food. You pair their food with wine. Their fish with wine. Fillet all their fish. Prepare some of their fish into a meal, and then serve it to them and yeah, just be, you know what I mean, under like an elegant, like white lighting on a dock at night. You got like they're drinking wine or beer or whatever they want, and they have, it's a very relaxing, awesome time.
Well,
And
sure, yeah. I mean that's the thing. That's the thing a lot of people do, right? You ever watch that reality show Below Deck? It's all about like people that work on these like kind of luxury yachts.
yeah,
They're a
but
crew of like three or
that's
four
like
people.
I really don't go that way with like Below Deck. I never watched it because I know it's all like it's theatrics too. I watch a
Sure.
lot of like fishing, like oceanic fishing stuff. The Marlin Open, that's the reason why I want one. If you've
The
never
Marlin
been,
Open.
I want to go to the Marlin Open, bro. I just want to go. I just want to go. Even I got my boat, but that's not like a Marlin type of boat. This is
Right.
just a regular jet boat. I want to go there just to experience the atmosphere and and then just gather points, you know, like bolts for like noting for a future business,
Okay.
a future endeavor.
Yeah.
And
Future endeavor. I like that.
yes, and yeah, man, like probably this would happen probably in my late 50s,
Okay.
so that's why I kind of want to move south a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So you're close to the water and you can do all this stuff. I got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, and dude, the Marlin Open is a party.
I bet.
Dude,
These fishing
like,
dudes know how to party.
dude, it's massive. And I'm telling you, like the Marlin Open is massive.
Yeah.
It just doesn't go on down there in Maryland or anywhere. It's like I feel I'm not 100% sure. I'm 95% sure that it expands all the way up to like Massachusetts down to the Carolinas. And it's just
Wow. And they
everybody
just
going out for marlin. And like, I'm not an experienced fisherman, so I don't know how far south the marlin are, and I don't know how far north the marlin are. I just know that it's like somewhere in that vicinity, and it's
okay.
just and like the only one that I know, the big Marlin Open that I know is down in Maryland.
Oh, I thought you said they didn't go to Maryland.
No, I said they go from Massachusetts to the Carolinas.
Yeah, but you said before that they didn't go to Maryland. Unless I misheard you.
Yeah, you
And I
probably
was
misheard me.
I was like, well, why would they go? Why would they skip Maryland? Guess because
Oh
maybe
no,
the Bay. I
Maryland
don't
is
know.
yeah, no. Well, everybody starts out in the Bay, and it's like
They
a
didn't go out.
it's like that's why you see these videos, and everybody's like full throttle. Ah,
Yeah,
it's like Mad Max in the
yeah.
ocean.
I see a Marlin. Get him. We gotta beat him there.
No, it's just like everybody's trying to get out there,
Yeah.
and then just dropping or just sitting there and just casting their lines and just waiting for the because you I think what's the prize? You get a million to a couple $1 million for the biggest marlin.
Oh yeah. These fishing tournaments. I know they make some big dough. I would
Yeah.
listen to a podcast the other day called Criminal about dude, there was it was a group of fishermen. I can't remember like all of the details, but essentially these fishermen, they were cheating, right? And they were cheating by going to like a local aquarium. They were stealing fish out of this aquarium and then keeping them on their boat, hiding them before they'd go out. And then they come back and they're like, oh, hey, caught this fish. And they had the fish were like filled with weights. They throw little metal steel balls or whatever down the
Those
fish's gullet.
bastards.
Yeah, they got caught and it was a big deal. They were like persona non grata for every
Can you
single,
imagine just getting
fishing
caught?
tournament.
Can you imagine just getting caught? Just getting
I
caught
can't
like
I,
cheating.
I can't
Like what would
imagine
you I mean,
anything
what would
more
you do? You'd be
embarrassing.
like, it's a tiger shark. A what?
Yeah, they were interviewing the dude that
How about
like
you
found it.
stick your mouth? How about you stick your head in there? I'll tell you how big the shark is.
Yeah. I can get a what is it? I can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking my head up a bull's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's
Yeah.
word for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was it? I'm sorry. I just like trying to. Oh, I'm still, I'm still laughing from your comment. Um, I was about to go into another. They were just like, listen, this ain't the time or the place to perform some half-ass autopsy on a fish. And I'm not
Yeah.
going to sit here and let you cut that thing open and watch that little Kidner boy spill out all over the dock.
Oh boy.
As a Jaws reference for any of you
It is a
guys.
Jaws reference. Yep.
Yeah. See
I
that?
went with Tommy Boy. You went with Jaws. We got it. You watch good movies. We get it.
Public vandalism. Now I want those pain happy bastards caught and strung up by their Buster Browns.
Buster Browns.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, hey Mike, what else do you want to get into today? Do you want to talk about this this NASA asteroid that was going to hit Earth? Looks like it's
I
not going
know.
to now.
I know. I don't know what it was. We don't have to talk about that. We could talk about well, we're gonna give people a break. Just a heads up. The NFL or Netflix is trying to buy the rights to the afternoon games for the NFL. I think that's bullshit. I like having the games on CBS and Fox in the afternoon games. And that it'll never happen. But like, why wouldn't Netflix? I would prefer Netflix to go after any other sport, all the other sports, hockey, basketball, baseball. Dude, baseball, like, I just don't get like why Netflix can't go after them.
Well, Apple went after baseball, right? Like Apple's got a baseball game every week or something on their Apple
Yeah, but they don't
TV.
have all of them.
No, they don't have all of them. Is
You
that
know
is
what?
that thing Netflix would have every single afternoon game?
Here's what Netflix should do. Netflix should do a sports package, and it's like whatever team that you want to pay for. That's what you need to do. Like you have like so I'm a we're all Philly. So
Yeah.
I'm like if I'm going to go on there like I can pay for the standard Netflix package and then you can add the sports package with a couple bucks, for what, like $6-7, and then you can add for like $1 more for $1 a team. Like you can add like all you're getting is the Phillies, Flyers, and Sixers.
I mean, that would be great, right? Like,
Sounds
you
good to
know,
me.
yeah,
They could be the only ones.
that would be fantastic. I don't know if like, I mean, right, like if you're doing that, if you're Netflix, I feel like they're having to talk with like the NFL, right, for rights to these games, as opposed to
They're
like
not gonna get it.
with NBA or even like baseball or whatever, they're all over the place, right? Like every team's got a different like local
That's what I'm
channel, right? Like
saying.
WGN's got the Cubs, and then like Fox Sports has the Phillies, and it's like Masson has the Orioles or whatever, right? Like there's all these different things they have to compete with. So instead of like just talking to one person at NFL to get like the afternoon games, I I don't know, man. I Sports are so weird and they're like the worst thing right now. Like when you become a cord cutter or whatever, when you like move away from cable. Like I haven't had cable in I mean a decade now. And that's like the only thing that is like kind of sucked. And it's gotten better now, especially with like uh Paramount Plus plays all like the CBS football games. I think Max is gonna start some like basketball games. Um
That's what I'm
but
saying. Like, I'm like, what? Why do you have to? I'm like, I understand that the NFL is a money making thing, but
yeah,
you're not gonna be able. I feel like it was wishful thinking. I didn't want to get down too far into this because I did want to talk about something else.
sure.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I feel like they should be going after like the other sports in general. What the
I'm a
hell is going on?
man, what are you doing, Mike? What is this little like sex robot you got that's going
I
off?
don't know, man. It's
Your
Chat
little AI
GPT.
Chat
No,
GPT is listening in
yes.
on our conversation.
Yes.
Oh man.
But and also just to finish it up, I plan on once I finish Montana, Wyoming, I plan on going to Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, cutting up to Fort Worth, Texas, and then doing a pit stop in Nashville, and then on home.
Why
So
are you going
that's
to Salt Lake City? What's in
just
there?
just say I was at Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Utah is incredible. I'm trying to remember the place I was at in Utah that was like absolutely gorgeous. It was like probably an hour outside of Salt Lake City. But yeah, Utah is like one of the most gorgeous cities I've ever been
Just to close it, we still got a lot of time left, a
in.
little bit of time left. I got a silly question. Are men really that simple? I'm telling you, Yes, we are. I know I'm simple. I don't need anything. I'm not bougie. I mean, only when it comes to like what I put in my body, like food. What the dude? Hold on a minute. Oh,
Wait, what was the question? Where did it come from? Was the question just
it
are men
wasn't in
that simple?
general. It was my partner is absolutely obsessed with anime. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Our
Okay.
room is practically a shrine to it. Okay. I keep all my Eagle stuff out here in the bar. When you go inside, it's I kind of try and keep it like all 90s, 80s, 90s type of retro, like you know what I mean? It's kind of like a relax room. Upstairs that yeah, so anyways, this past Valentine's Day, he went all out, surprised me with flowers, chocolates, and even a designer bag. Honestly, I was so swamped with work that I completely forgot about Valentine's Day.
Mm.
Shocker. No way. You're a female. There's no way you forget about Valentine's Day. That's kind of like your second
This
Christmas.
Hey, this one did, and I'm happy for her.
It only hit me on my way home and I felt terrible. I rushed to a nearby mall, clueless about what to get him. Oh, well that's, I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I knew he loved anime and I vaguely remembered him constantly talking about One Piece. So I asked the staff for help. They pointed me to some merch and just hopped I just hoped to pick something out he'd actually like. When I gave it to him, he teared up. At first, I panicked thinking he was disappointed, but then he hugged me so tight and then I realized he wasn't upset. He was just overwhelmed that I remembered something he loved, even in the middle of all my chaos. I am really amazed how he loved it. Anyone here share the same obsession as my partner? I'd love something. I'd I'd love some advice on what to buy next. I want to see that same reaction from him again. Jesus God, oh my God, dude, that is incredible.
What's incredible?
That like, dude, how so maybe it's because I'm not used to that kind of like I'm not about affection. Or like
Okay.
I'm not I mean I am about affection, but I'm not about materialistic things. I'm a simple guy, you know.
Hmm.
But if you were to do something because I'm always doing stuff out of the kindness of my own heart for everyone else. If I was to get like I just received this I just my neighbors because like I'm always cooking for them and stuff like that and they're always coming up here we're always they end up buying me new bar stools. Awesome.
Oh, good for that's awesome.
Yeah, which was they seriously didn't have to, and I'm so grateful for that. But it was stuff like that, which is like. But when we're talking about relationship, I've never been in a relationship where, uh, all right, I can't really say that. I've been in one relationship, and we had a mutual breakup, and we're still friends to this day. Uh, yeah, she got tickets to an Eagles game and stuff for me out of nowhere, but there was we're not this we're going down a rabbit hole. Anyways,
I have a great story for this, Mike. You want me to jump in? So
I guess it's just that I'm not used to like having people doing things for me, and I feel like when people do stuff for me, I'm like no. Like I don't want people doing does that make sense? Because I'm just
that
so used to doing everything on my own
that makes a ton
or
of
getting
sense.
stuff.
That makes a ton of sense. I think the biggest thing here is like the One Piece thing, like knowing about his anime. So like this last weekend, I was down in Florida for my sister-in-law's wedding. So my wife's sister's getting married. And bro, they put me to work that whole weekend. Like literally got there Thursday. They were like, "Hey, I need you to drive this truck, carry this alcohol from here, an hour away over here, 3 hours of driving around carrying all this alcohol." And then the next day it was like, "Oh, no one's got all the food for the bridal suite tomorrow. We need you to go to Costco with this giant list." So I'm at Costco with the giant list, missing the rehearsal dinner. And they're like, "Oh, I'm on my way." They're like, "Oh, a baby's crying. I need you to go pick up a thing of milk." I had to like stop at a 7-Eleven to get milk. And then after the wedding's over,
You should have invited me to come down. I mean, I didn't have to go to the wedding. I could have just came down to help.
I should have. Even after the wedding, like they're like, "Oh man, we got like the stuff to clean up and they're not doing this." So I'm like, I got it. I'm helping, doing all this stuff and it's fine. Happy to do it. Love my sister-in-law, love her new
Yeah,
wife. Great people.
they're
Happy
great
for them.
people.
Yeah. happy for him, but
I'm
still,
happy for him too.
I was like, I'm here to be on vacation. You know, I was like, this is a wedding I'm not in. I'm trying to like have a
Gotcha,
good time.
bitch.
But saying all saying all that to say, I came home, and when I came home, I had to go to like our other place, and came home back to like our house. Uh, you know me, you've seen like my big shelf of movies and how much
Yeah.
I love like physical medias. Elizabeth had bought me like 3 4K Blu-rays, and like they were all like movies that I really love that have been on my list. And like one of them was a Criterion Blu-ray of David Lynch's Inland Empire. And like I know that, I know my wife. She has no idea what the words Criterion, David Lynch, or Inland Empire mean. You know what I mean? She has no idea, but she has like heard me talk about stuff enough that she's like, this is something Joe would love. And like I saw that here, I was like, this is incredible. This is like, and she put a little sticky note like, thank you so much for how much you helped out my family this weekend. Like that, it doesn't, it's a gift is a gift, but like when
Yeah.
someone like listens to what you say and they listen to like especially like the nerdy stuff you talk about, like
Yeah.
for my wife to who has, you know, cares so little about movies. She watches the same Disney movies over and over, and she's seen Grey's Anatomy all the way through 17 times. So when I'm talking about like this is the best picture or whatever, to know that like it's not just going in one ear and out the other, that she's actually like, oh, like this is something he really likes and this is something he appreciates. And if I'm going to do something nice for him, you know what I'm going to do? Get him something he enjoys. So for this girl here, looks like her name is Chrissy Ers. Like, yeah, it's not that men are that simple. It's that you put in like 5% effort, but
Yes.
no one does that. You know what I mean? Like
Now, like
5% effort for something like you're into means like a world of difference. Like that's
I've
incredible.
I've been in a relationship where I put in like what was it? Was it her birthday or was it Valentine's Day? I think it was her birthday. This is a different relationship. This is actually the next relationship, and uh, yeah, I went and like bought stuff at the last minute, and then she was like, dude, it was probably why it only lasted probably like 5 or 6 months, but
Yeah.
dude, she was so irate that like she ended up finding out she found one of the receipts in the trash can.
Yeah, you gotta hide that stuff, man.
I'm like, well, dude, I'm a simple guy, man. I'm like, dude, I'm here for you. I'm here, but bro, I'm working, man. I'm like busting my ass. I come home, and it's just like, I'm like, she really didn't like ever come down to me. We had a long distance, well, semi. It's only an hour difference,
Yeah.
but like I was always going up there to her, but she was never coming down to me. And it was always like she hated always coming down here. And it was just like, and then when she came down, it was just a bad relationship altogether. Let's just say I've been burned so many times that I just don't even give a shit anymore.
I
So,
hear you.
but
Someone commented in and said Gusto, let's get twisted. So I don't know who Mike is that's hanging out, but he wants to get twisted, Mike.
ah, oh, I know who that is. Let's get
Yeah.
twisted, man.
Yeah, let's get twisted, bro. Let's do
I
it.
always like to twist my leg. He
Yeah.
knows what that's all about.
Oh man.
But yeah, man. Do we have a little bit more time left? I mean, we only
Yeah,
do.
let's go.
Yeah, we only have a
Normally
little.
do an hour, but I don't care. I don't have anything going on today.
Yeah, and we
You
only
want to talk
do.
for like 45 seconds while I get another beer?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
So, what is it? We got some stuff coming up here. We got St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day is coming up. We're going to do ourselves a special for St. Patty's Day. That's going to be a real gem. And I don't know what you guys do for St. Patty's Day and stuff like that, but I always like breaking out because I'm half Irish, half Croatian, so I like to celebrate both parts of my heritage. Uh, but yeah, breaking out the kilt and all that. Dude, I start off. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna do a. We might go live for that. So stay tuned. We'll updates on social media on whatever you follow us on. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I like to whip up some Reubens. I always go all out on Irish food in the morning, and then go for the parade. But yeah, dude, it's going to be a good time, and hopefully, maybe we could do a joint. Maybe we could do a joint live episode. It all depends on the availability of Joe. So,
What are we doing? A joint live episode?
Yeah, for the St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah. I'm down for
Yeah, I
something
know
like that
we're going to do another episode in between here and then,
for
but
sure. Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 weeks away.
a little bit. What do we got? Well, next week is the beginning of yeah. Well, this Saturday's March 1st, so thank God. I can't wait because
Dude, I'm
we're
so
talking,
ready for summer, dude.
bro. You, I'm like, dude. What is it?
Spring break, y'all.
We're talking about the Marlin Open, and I'm like, I'm looking over at my fucking boat out the window, and I'm like, God damn, only 2 more months. I'm cutting that fucker open. I don't even give a shit. And then camping out in the boat is the best. Maybe I'll get you guys out there. We're
You
camp out on
camp
the
out
island.
like you sleep overnight on that boat?
Yep. Drop anchor, put the lights on. Well, the anchored lights on.
Okay.
There's like 2 different sets of lights. There's traveling lights and there's stagnant lights.
Sure. All right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know if I'll sleep on a boat. I like sleeping on dry land.
man.
You know what I mean? I'm a
Yeah,
landlubber.
I got you. Well, you're not going to sink.
I don't think I'm going to sink. I just don't know how far away I'm going to float. What's that movie, The Parent Trap?
You're
where they
not
put the
floating. You've been on my boat, man. We got 2 anchors. I dropped one in the bow and the stern.
All right, bow and the
we're
stern.
we're right next to the island. The biggest thing though is that, like, doing that in the summertime is getting eaten up by mosquitoes.
Oh yeah. That is the only. There's 2 good things about winter, right? One is I look hella good in a sweater. I'm like a sweater boy. I love those. And then the other thing is all the bugs are dead, buried in the ground where they deserve. Like, I'm so tired of bugs.
I hate bugs. I hate bugs, dude.
Yeah.
Bats. I love. Everybody is like, oh, I don't like bats. Like, bats are like the equivalent to the flying snake. Dude, I mean, I love bats. Because when I'm out here and I'm like, what is it? What time is it? 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Dude, when I'm out in it's still daylight out when I'm still drinking in my pool. So
Sure.
around like in another 2 hours, it's like this in the summertime, like 8, 9 o'clock, and you can see the bats like coming around. I'm like, yeah, you know what they're going after?
They're going after the bugs.
They're going after those fucking mosquitoes. That's what they're
Yeah.
going after. It's mosquitoes and flies.
Yeah, that's what you need to take care of. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll get some pet bats, you know.
No, you don't need pet bats. You should have bats down there. You're in Philly. I'm pretty sure I saw one when I was
Are there
down
bats
there
in
once.
Philly? You saw a bat down here?
Yeah, what do you think? Like, they don't. What do you think? They just stay in nature?
I thought they stayed in caves.
They're flying rats. Dude, they hang
What,
out.
They
in
stayed in the
attics.
sewer. They hang out.
No,
They're
they
not in my
hang. Yeah,
attic.
they hang out in like abandoned houses and shit. There's a lot of abandoned houses down there.
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of abandoned houses
Yeah,
around here.
anywhere where it's like a bird, anywhere where they can nest up, that nobody's gonna fuck with them, and where they can get a lot of food.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe do they eat moths? There's a lot of moths like hanging out in attics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Moths, mosquitoes,
Skeeters.
flies, bees, yeah, all that good stuff. Eat up. Anywhere where there's a plentiful buffet of bugs, flying bugs. Yeah, I just went like that's why when you come to my place, there's really not that many bugs.
Because of all the bats you keep around.
Well, the bats that I don't bother with. Unless they come down. Oh my god, I would love if let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, if brothers and sisters, if somebody with long hair ever comes here, like say for instance, my sister, if they were and a bat were to chase them, because that's what happened. Well, she got chased by a locust when she was a little kid running down the front sidewalk of the house, and I was inside. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out there? And there's this gigantic locust chasing her. So I'm like saying, if there's a bat that's going to be chasing you with long hair, I'm probably going to fucking die in my fucking yard. I'm gonna lose my mind laughing. I'm just gonna collapse laughing.
Yeah, I mean, you should. It's an odd thing.
I know. I can just see you. I mean, I have a lot of childhood experiences with bats. Even in the army, dude. When we were in the barracks, it was me, and we're gonna go by a first name basis here: Tim, Chris, and Glenn. Now, I don't know if you know. Well, you know the first two,
I
right?
I know all of those. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. And Glenn was when in the NCO room, and it was just the three of us up there. Oh no, Mike. We'll call
yeah.
him.
Okay.
We'll call him Meech.
Okay.
It was the four of us and Glenn, and everybody else was out in convoy. And we're up in the barracks, and a bat was loose. And I'm like, I just threw a sheet over my head back when I had a lot more hair. And I'm like, I'm like running. I'm like, it was kind of like something out of the Fifth Element. Those aliens from the Fifth Element, how
Yeah.
they like they're harched over like that, like those guys. That's how it was, and I was like running, and then the cape was like flapping, and it was, dude, it was so fucking hilarious. Though we had crying, laughing, and I was like, Glenn's like, "What the fuck is going on out here?" And because he's jealous, he wanted to be out there with us, but he was like,
Sure. Yeah. He wants
he
to
wanted
hang
to know,
out. You know.
yeah, until a fucking bat's flying the fuck around. But yeah, we ended up getting the bat out of the place. So, but
Wow. That's good. Did you guys have to do it like Chris Farley and David Spade in Black Sheep? Get the sheets together and the two brooms and
oh
take him out.
no, nope, no, we didn't
No.
do any of that. I ended up chasing it out the door,
Okay.
and then
All
I
right.
fired up a nice butt.
Yeah. Oh man. I went to are you're a cigar guy, right, Mike?
Only
I
on
went
special occasions, like the Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
yeah. I went to a killer cigar bar. It was a wedding, right? So I went to a killer cigar bar before the wedding. That was like the only chance I had like to myself. Me and my brother-in-law, we got to hang out a little bit during the day. We went watch shopping, and then we went to a cigar bar, brought some cigars back for each bride's respective fathers. That was a lot of fun. Enjoyed having a cigar, then had one there, had one after the wedding. I think I'm a cigar guy now.
Yeah,
Think I'm coming on to it.
let me know because well, I mean, I know we're talking to each other now, not the audience, but
Sure.
Meech, he's got a cigar business, so if you let
Oh,
me
he's got a
know,
business. I didn't know he had a
yeah,
cigar
yeah,
business.
it's a small little joint.
Okay,
But
cool. Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
yeah, maybe I'll get you something. So I'm going down to Philly for my birthday. Um, I'm talking to the audience if we have an
Sure.
audience. I don't know. It might be just one person for all I
Let's see.
know.
There's a couple people on. I think we got
Oh,
three
well,
in the chat or
yeah.
watching live right now. Yeah.
Oh, well, good for them. Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
by. Thanks for
Yeah,
stopping
thanks for
by.
stopping in, man.
Thanks for
Hey,
having a happy hour with
I
us.
know. But yeah, so we got a nice avenue of events showing up here for my birthday down there in Philly. But before I mean, you want to, I think like we've been on for an hour now, so
Yeah, we
I
can
don't,
stop whenever you're ready.
yeah, so we'll finish it off here. Let me uh do a little bit of a house, what do you call it, housework, or
Housekeeping.
yeah, housekeeping.
Sure.
So I'm going to start doing, so we're only going to be doing 2 episodes a month. In between those episodes, I'm going to be doing like, it's a spinoff. We're going to be posting it on the Home Bar Happy Hour, but it's
Hmm.
also going to be a spinoff from the Home Bar Happy Hour. It's going to be a cooking show. And it's just basically for those of you out there that don't really know, I'm going to teach you how to do stuff, how to do awesome dishes, very simple, very simple, like anything you can do. Like, you think you can go, if you can go out there and get a hamburger helper and make a hamburger helper mix, you're going to be able to do this stuff. That's what I'm putting out there. It's just simple stuff for you to be able to do. And then, 20 25 minutes long, nothing crazy, but we're you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until the show
What are you
starts to know the name.
what are you gonna call it?
Well, it's definitely going to be called Loser Chow Hall.
Loser Chow Hall. All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be on the
I was going to say, like, I was going to wait until the show,
oh,
but
sorry.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's
So
going to be Loser Chow Hall.
and this will be YouTube exclusive, right? Because we need the video. So yeah, it won't be on Apple Podcast or anything that doesn't have video. So this
Yeah.
will be a YouTube exclusive, but it'll be on the Home Bar Happy Hour channel. We'll have a separate playlist that's all of these Loser Chow Hall videos that'll be going on in between the regular your regularly scheduled programming.
But you'll find like little shorts on social media.
Oh yeah,
If you
shorts are going to
follow
be
social,
everywhere,
yeah,
right? Yeah. That'll
yeah,
be Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, YouTube. Just the full
yeah,
episodes
but
will be
yeah,
YouTube
but
exclusive.
the cooking episode, the cooking aspect of it will only be on YouTube.
Yeah. You got an idea for your first dish?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
It's going to be a steak Diane with a blanched asparagus, and
Mm,
that's what I was going to do. Maybe a red wine sauce. Maybe we'll do a
yeah.
red wine sauce. I'm
Okay.
trying to. I'm still. This is going to be my first cooking show, so I don't want to get too extravagant, but like I'm going to teach you how to do fresh pasta. I'm going to teach you how to do a red sauce. Like I want to get this Italian, just like this hearty Italian food out of the way before spring comes along. Then I'm going to be going along with you know uh, baked seafood and all this stuff, and just showing you like briefly how to do it. Some of the stuff that you're not going to see is like me, like it's going to be out here, and I'm going to have a demo. It's going to be a demo table and stuff. So like I'm just going to show you how to do all the techniques and stuff like that. Stuff like putting it in the oven or putting in a smoker. All that stuff is you don't need to see me doing that. You could figure it out for yourself. All I need to do is just tell you what I prefer, what times and temps, and do your own thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that sounds good. I think
and it's all
I'm
about
excited for it. Everyone.
and it's all about basically it's all about building on what you learned. I went to culinary school. I understood the techniques and the techniques and the format and everything and how everything goes, and it's just about I was still learning how to do like the béarnaise sauce and like perfect, like I'm just going for, and you can never be perfect, you just keep building on it, and like there's stuff that I can do like right on the top of my head that I don't need it a recipe, I just know how to make it,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm just like trying to put out there for you guys. So
So you guys all can get the good stuff.
yeah,
All right.
I mean, like, why go to an expensive restaurant for a steak Diane with blanched asparagus that's going to taste fucking awesome? And you could do it on your electric stove. I mean, my demo is going to be gas, but you could do it on your electric stove with a basic skillet and utensils, and you're going to be fine. It's all about technique. It's all about technique. That's all
It's
it
all
is.
about technique,
And
polytechnique.
he just build off of that.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, Mike, it has been awesome hanging out. Thank you, everyone that has hung out, commented in. We appreciate hanging out, and we cannot wait to see you guys next time. Do you have any final thing, Mike? Are you good
Hell
to jump
yeah, brothers!
Hell yeah.
I wish
I wish that would have not taken like 5 seconds to load in. Kind of